In the second video, we are taking things a step further. I already have an existing .NET web application and now we are going to integrate our chat buddy directly into it. We'll copy the generated code from Azure AI Foundry and move it into a chat service class, so it fits cleanly into our application architecture. Now, I'll bring GitHub Copilot into action. Using a simple prompt, we'll generate all the service classes, controller methods, and front-end UI needed for our chat application. Everything from the backend service all the way to the user interface. We'll also make sure the Foundry project endpoint and agent settings are safely stored in our app configuration file so it's easy to manage and maintain. So I'm going to give the prompt. This is my prompt. Create me a help service method to initialize a chat service with functionalities to receive a user message and generate a response to it. I would like to generate me the controller method to call the chat service, also change the UI in the home page, add application configurations in the settings file. GitHub Copilot has modified all these files. So it's like the settings file, home controller, program.cs file, view, and the chat service class. As the next step, it suggests to update the configuration values in the settings file and then run the Azure login command to authenticate with Azure CLI. I will approve all these code suggestions and then we'll walk through the changes made. As you can see, Copilot has generated the iChat service interface along with the service implementation. The service includes the send message async method, which handles sending user messages to our agent. In the constructor, the service retrieves the required configuration values from the settings file, such as Foundry project endpoint and agent details, and then initialize the AI project client. If I show you the app settings file, it has the project endpoint and agent name. Inside the send message async method, it connects to the configured agent, send the user's query, and retrieve the response from the Azure AI Foundry. The service is then injected to this home controller, where the controller methods call the service and return the response back to the UI. If we navigate to the index view under Views Home, you will notice that Copilot has also generated a clean and simple chat interface for us with all the CSS styles. Let's build this project. If you run into build errors, it usually means a few dependencies are missing. So let's go to the project, manage NuGet packages. Here, ensure that the Azure AI Project's beta package is installed so we can use AI Project Client. And add Azure Identity to enable default Azure credential for secure authentication with our Foundry agent. This is where we are using these default Azure credentials. If you want to check the code I am running, please have a look in the description of this video where I have linked the GitHub repository. Now that everything is in place, let's run the application and see it working live in the browser. Let's test this with a real-world example. I am planning a holiday in Paris, so I'll ask the chat application to generate me a travel itinerary. I'll enter the prompt here and let's see what our agent comes up with. This is the prompt I have provided. Generate me a travel itinerary from London to Paris for 4 days for a family of 4 with attractions and rough budget for travel and stay. And here's the response. a comprehensive travel itinerary covering major attractions, transportation options, hotel recommendations, and even an estimated budget for a family of four. That's the power of integrating our Foundry agent into a real .NET application. Here I am authenticating locally using default Azure credentials, which allows my development environment to securely access the Azure AI Foundry agent without hard coding any secrets. Now let's review the specific roles and role-based access permissions that are required for this access. Let's navigate to the Azure portal. Let's look at the RBAC permissions for this resource. Here's the Azure AI Foundry project we created earlier. I'll open it and let's try to move to the access control. Then next, switch to the Role Assignments tab. As you can see, my account currently has the owner role, which provides the highest level of permissions for this resource. However, to simply query the Foundry agent, that level of access is not required. At a minimum, the identity needs the Azure AI user role at the project level to send prompts and receive responses. During development, the Azure AI developer role is also sufficient, as it allows you to create and manage agents. But in production, we'll follow the principles of least privilege. We'll assign only the necessary roles to a managed identity, typically the Azure AI user role, so the application can access the agent securely without excessive permissions. In the next video, we'll take this application to the cloud. We'll configure a GitHub action to deploy our .NET Web App to Azure App Service, automatically triggering the build and deployment pipeline whenever a new code is pushed. This will give us a fully automated CI/CD setup.